The 4 exotic artifacts you see here for my Gwyn build, I got within about 30 minutes without spending any Pinnacle energy whatsoever, and you can do it too very easily on any character that you want. The way that this works is using a specific build in Singularity Chaos that's going to allow you to farm through the mode extremely quickly and without any effort whatsoever. This build is really powerful, and it just involves using a certain set of rules. To make it work, you basically need to just get the right rolls on Gift of the Nine, which is easier than you first might think. I'll explain what build is used in this Singularity Chaos mode, and then you can run it for yourself and breeze through this mode without wasting any Pinnacle energy. Now, there is a bit of preparation to make sure that this works before I show you the build. Firstly, make sure you've set the challenger's wish correctly. Because you're going to be farming exotics, make sure you play the right mode, right? For example, if you're playing Gwyn, do Void. If you're playing like Ningfei, do Arc. If you're playing Wolf, do Solar. Because exotics are limited to the element type, and you can't use it on other element characters. The next thing that you're going to need to prepare is that you'll need to fill this Vantage skill tree in the Paraverse. These are points unlocked for completing Singularity Chaos mode. You're going to need all of these pretty much. It's going to make it easier to get the right skills you'll need to make this build work so well. Another highly recommended step is in the Acclaim system. Make sure you've got boosted artifact drops unlocked, which is going to require, I believe, level 12 or level 10 on here. The higher level you can get here, the better, but tier 2 is extremely important because it's going to increase the exotic drop rate quite heavily. So then, what is the build that we need? Well, to get this to work, you're going to need to go and start a Singularity Chaos mode, run through, choose your initial perk. If it can be Comet, it's highly recommended. You're going to want to get Comet here. And then as you go through and select your first options when you actually go through the portal, you're going to need to keep refreshing until you get Boxer. This is very, very important. It's going to increase your melee damage massively. Now, later on, as you progress through this, you'll notice the first few stages, it's easier just to use your gun. Don't melee yet because it's not the powerful version. Now, if you don't get the rolls that you want, just exit back to the menu and restart and keep going through this process until you get Comet and Boxer. These two are really important for this build to work. By the way, heads up to the Reddit, the Destiny Rising Reddit. I first saw about this kind of there. I saw people talking about how they are farming through stages by doing melee only. So I had to try this out myself, and it turns out it really does work. So credit to the Reddit community and this post specifically, which allowed me to figure this out. Anyway, once you've got Boxer and Comet, you can start playing through the first few rounds. I would suggest going through this with your weapon for the first few rounds at least, until you get the Boxer level up perk. Every time you have a chance to refresh, just always refresh until you get Boxer again. Every chance you have at refreshing the traits that appear on screen, refresh it. Eventually you'll get a Boxer upgrade that allows you to do 60,000 damage with melee. And on top of that, make sure to choose any Comet perks that appear when you refresh, because eventually you'll get a Comet ability that allows you to do Comets every time you melee. Now, together, the 60,000 melee damage and the Comet ability are going to be all you need to farm through this game like crazy. You can now just run around melee spamming everything, using movement abilities to bridge the gap between enemies, and use your ultimate whenever you have it available to speed things up as well. On average, once you farmed with this, you're going to be clearing each level about 20 seconds, with the boss stage taking maybe 1 to 2 minutes. Overall though, in about 30 minutes, you'll have 50 to 60 stages done. Now, if you do the master stage, you'll get 3 chests every time. And if you don't use your Pinnacle rewards, you're going to have about a 2% chance each time you open these chests. Now, considering you're going to be doing about 50 stages in 30 minutes, that's 150 chests. You know, a 2% chance might seem pretty low, but when you're doing so many runs, it becomes very easy to get exotic drops. Like I said, I got this in 30 minutes myself, and you could definitely do it the same as well. Now, once you've got your exotics, that is not the end of the journey. Don't go and upgrade these like crazy, because you might make a bit of a mistake. I've kind of upgraded them just for the sake of the video to showcase. It makes a nice thumbnail. But actually, these are bad stats, right? Yes, getting the basic exotic artifact is great, but you want to make sure you get the right attribute rolls. Get as many that have the thumbs up here. That's going to improve the power rating and also have stats that are actually relevant to your character. For example, I have Super Boost here, Ability Strength, both very good, but it would be nice to have Void Boost. That would definitely make it a lot better. And in this case, we only have Ability Strength and Weapon Enhancement, and we have Solar Boost, which is absolutely terrible on Gwyn. So I'm going to need to go and get these another time. Like, I'm going to need to re-roll these. I'm going to need to go and farm some more exotics to get the right attribute scores. Otherwise, it's kind of not even worth upgrading. So if you don't know what stats to go for, just try and aim with an exotic artifact that has 3 or 4 golden thumbs up. That's kind of going to send you in the right direction to improve your power rating and improve your overall potential with your character. Now, once you've got the exotic artifact with the right rolls, for example, this one's got 3 thumbs up. It's pretty decent. Super boost, ability strength, weapon enhancement, not bad. You'll then want to modify it, enhance it to the highest level, and then artifact refactor it. It's not the end yet. As you can see down here, we have some stats, the base stats here, 38, 39, 40, 40. These can randomly roll with a range from 35 to 55. The max roll is 55. And by doing Artifact Refactor, you'll re-roll the numbers again and have a chance to get closer to that 55 value. Now, because you've been farming the Realms of the Nine Singularity Chaos, you're going to have a bunch of mythic artifacts that you're going to be able to dismantle to get the materials you need to refactor this. So don't worry, you're going to have enough materials to just keep refactoring. So basically, just keep clicking this button until you get a up arrow, and then click Use New Attributes. Keep doing it, and it will take a little bit of time, and eventually you'll be able to get the highest stats possible. You will also need this resource as well in Singularity Chaos, which does require Pinnacle rewards, so keep that in mind. For the maximum power, you will need Pinnacle rewards. And as you keep going, sometimes you will get a down arrow. You don't want to use that, so you can refactor again. And if you keep re-rolling, eventually you'll hit the luck bonus. Once the luck bonus is activated, you're guaranteed a higher value. So for example, I got 9 luck here. If I keep going, if I don't hit it before I hit these 9 rolls, oh, we got it there. We can use new attributes. And we're just going to refactor every single exotic artifact we have until it has perfect stats. That's going to take a lot of resources, but we can farm Singularity Chaos without Pinnacle to get a bunch. For example, look at all these that I have that I'm going to be able to break down and use for resources to upgrade my best artifacts. Now, if you want to break down your artifacts, you actually need to open the menu, then go Inventory, click on the Artifact tab, and you have this Recycle button. Now, you can actually quick select it. For example, I can go Rare and lower, Legendary and lower, and that will immediately dismantle all of my Rare and Legendaries. And in the future, once you've got enough exotics, you can go Mythic and lower, and that will get rid of everything very quickly and save you a lot of time. You can do the same on all of your characters until you've got all of the exotic artifacts you need. It will take about maybe an hour per character to get the right rolls. So a few hours of grinding, and you're going to have all of your artifacts set up for basically the late game. If you found this video useful, please consider subscribing for more Destiny Rising content. I'll see you in the comment section. Cheerio!